Welcome to the Stage.
I'm Chandra Pepper.
I'm Jane Watson.
And this is our podcast where we just shoot the shit and we're raw, authentic, and honest. If you like that,
subscribe, share, follow, all the things.
All the fun things. Today's episode, we are going to talk about midlife.
Late career pivot.
Late career pivots and how it attacks.
Midlife, but in her 50s, we're in late life, so late-ish.
I'm going to 100.
Yeah, me too. Then you're right. So then,
here we go.
We're mid.
Editing is much easier for 2 seconds.
Chandra edits. And
we're going to say welcome to the stage. Are we?
No, we did the intro already. You just told me. You just told me. That was the intro. So this is the podcast. We don't do an intro again.
Our brains are shot today. Our brains are shot today.
They're shot all the time. Let's be honest.
Today,
especially
we're not good with
today.
Technical stuff. And
again, you know what? We're getting better.
Getting better. And we say that almost every fourth episode.
Time.
Our technical. We'll figure it out. We're figuring it out.
You'll see if you've watched us before. We have a new setup today.
Yeah.
And
look at us in our new little spot. This might not be the perfect spot.
It's
might not be the perfect spot. Yeah, it's something we're trying.
We're trying this today, but we're excited to keep at it. Keep at it. That's kind of the point, right? It's like we're showing up even though we're messing up on a regular basis. We don't mean to mess up. Let's be really clear. Like we would love this to be super easy and just like show up and do it. And if we get big enough, we're going to hire someone to help us with all that so we can just sit down and do it because
we're creative.
We are creative.
We're not technical.
But I also think it's a really important part of our podcast that we show up about and talk about the fact that we're here to do the difficult thing.
And we're not perfect.
And we're doing it anyway. And
we're not you know what? We're not giving up.
That's it.
We're not giving up. We're
not giving up. And this is hard. Like we're not pretending this isn't hard. And
I know it looks like all shits and gigs on this side, what you see, but you don't see the stuff where we're a little snippety.
I just lost a very important piece of equipment.
It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. We'll find it.
Yep.
Anywho, it's been a while since we've done a record.
It has actually.
Has it? No, it hasn't. But we've just had.
There's been a lot going on in our lives.
It feels like it's been
specifically your life because you've been so busy.
Yeah, so busy and dealing with stuff, and then you had your kids coming home, and there's all that. Like we've had a lot of personal stuff going on.
Yeah,
but we have not forgotten our new segment.
Right.
Finish it in one sentence.
Finish it in one sentence.
Finish this in one sentence. At this age, I absolutely refuse to ...
Mm-hmm. At this age, I absolutely refuse to not listen to my body. So when my body says no, I listen. So when my body says go, I go, even if it's scary. So it's the checking in. I overpowered and overrode my body for so long, and it made me so sick in my past. I think I finally embraced that I'm a highly sensitive person. So
it's about time.
Right. I actually said it aloud to my parents last night at the dinner. I said, so I'm a highly sensitive individual, have always been, that IBS I had, probably stuffing a lot of stuff down. I know I did. And so,
100% you did. Yeah.
So when you're a highly sensitive person and you don't listen, you pay.
Okay. So
that's mine. So what's yours, Chandra?
At this age, I absolutely refuse to give up on myself.
Yay!
Yes, that's a big one because
it's huge. Huge because you've mentioned that before. How many times you started down the road of something and then just went, meh. Someone says I can't do it, so I guess I can't.
Yes, and I was going to listen to my body. I'm like, oh, Jane took my thing.
Did I really?
Jane, yes, you honestly did. I'm like, that was going to be my fucking thing because everything that's been happening to my body, I was like, that's mine. We're just so in sync. But I thought it would be stupid if we both said the same thing.
You could have said the same thing.
No, if we did twinsies, what she said. So, but that is another thing. I mean, there's so many things at this age we absolutely refuse to.
Well, we don't have to do
I
just
also
one.
absolutely refuse to drink shitty wine.
There you go.
At this age, I absolutely refuse to wear clothes just because it's accepted in society.
Exactly.
I mean, there's so many.
Yes, I absolutely refuse to feel guilty about things that I'm not responsible for.
And we can't wait. Like, please, we had it. We posted up on one of our reels.
Mhm.
We posted this clip, and we've had
Oh, yeah.
people say they're finish it in one sentence, and
Sentence.
I want to hear your finish one sentence.
Yes. Super excited to hear that.
In 1 week, in 1 week, in one.
Fine about your life.
Don't
this
don't
week.
don't clip that. My tongue. I'm on meds, so my tongue is all pasty. That's disgusting to say.
No one's gonna
But
notice.
yeah, at this age, I absolutely refuse to.
At this age, at this age, I
Absolutely refuse to ...
to get old the way people
You just
expect
said
me
it.
to. No, I say I'm adding another one. I can
Oh,
do more
you're
than
gonna do?
one.
Yeah, we've
At
done
this
like
age,
5. Yeah.
I don't care. At this age, I don't care. At this age, I absolutely refuse not to say the thing that I want to say.
We can have a whole. We could just do 40 minutes of at this age.
You know what?
I absolutely
Why the fuck
refuse
not?
to. I absolutely refuse to. Well, I'm done. I absolutely. No,
I
you know what
refuse to
happened?
go on when I'm done.
You know what happened? Honestly, is I was like going, and then I just went. Oh, man, I'm having a moment where I just need to breathe. That's okay.
And that's
Everything's
good.
great.
That's you listening to your body.
Yes. Yes. Which brings us to the topic of our topic of the day,
Our topic for today.
which is remind me, Jane.
I honestly, I was wondering where you were going with
No,
that.
it was we said it's midlife
Oh,
pivot.
it's
midlife.
about, okay, I remember it.
Thank
We
you.
were going to talk about how much more difficult it is to pivot in your 50s than it is when you're in your 20s
Career-wise.
and 30s and
Well,
career-wise.
anything,
And
yeah.
and why is that so?
Energy.
Well, energy clearly. Energy
Like
clearly.
my body is
But that's something we can fix to a certain degree. To a certain degree by
100%.
making
But
better choices for ourselves.
yes,
But we're never going to have the energy we had in our 20s.
yes, yeah, we don't have 20-year-old energy,
No.
and that's just the facts.
Right. And so that definitely, when you're trying to make a major career pivot, the energy required to do new things, I think that's the difficulty, like the newness factor of getting into a new work environment with new people and new technology and new programs and new processes and new policies. It can be overwhelming at the best of times, but when you're in post, or in the middle of menopause and empty nest and trying to figure out, is this actually a career choice that is going to be good for me for the next 5-10 years? Because you got to remember too, it's like, this is the, key earning years for a lot of people, right? Like I have a lot of people that I know who are professions and like, this is where
sorry,
they're
hold
making.
on. Is the 50s is key earning years? I mean, I guess so, but we're
Well, a lot of
close. I would think 40s.
Well, I think what happens is,
Because a lot of people in their 50s, especially later, are already thinking retirement.
well, yes and no, but the people that are still working in their 50s are making the most money at that point than they've ever made, right? They've kind of gone up as far as their ambition or their career path will allow them. And then they kind of hang out there for, a lot of people on my age bracket are now going, this is where I'm cruising out.
Status quo until retirement.
And I'm not in that bucket. I'm not that cruising into, I'm looking for the new opportunity, this being the main one, to go, okay, this is entirely new and different. And I'm looking at colleagues who have a very comfortable work situation. And I'm a little envious because I'm like, yeah, you're making good money and it's familiar and it's known to you.
I guess I am envious of a little bit. I mean, they've worked so hard their whole lives. I mean, I have worked so hard my whole life. I have chosen
this is
careers.
It's a choice.
I've chosen a more entrepreneurial, creative pathway. Like even in the jobs that I've had that have been 9-to-5 jobs, I don't last like 3 years because I can't. I really can't.
I know.
So I recognize that I'm like, that's not for me, and I'm okay with
This is it.
I just am noticing now in my 50s,
right?
I'm tired.
Yeah.
And it's not just because of my body, and it's not just because it needs to be in shape. And yes, I need to have more fiber in my diet, blah, 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 blah. But I'm 50 and I'm at the age where I'm like, I'd like to have some more days or like have more time in my day to go, I'd like to take a yoga class. Or I'd like to, go for a nice walk and not have to find a way to squeeze these in and not have the energy to do those things that are better for me.
Right.
Because I've hustled my butt all day.
Right. And it's a consequence of like right now, the consequence of being a creative in your 50s. And I see this with a lot of my creative friends. It's like, Yeah, we've been out on, and this is an analogy John uses
Mhm.
all the time, which I love, which is like we're out on the skinny branches of the tree, right?
Yeah.
We're out hanging out here in the skinny branches, and we like it because it's
Uh-huh.
been fun and it's, it sways a lot. It's not,
Mhm, mhm.
but we're looking at, and as a result, we don't have the security and predictability of our jobs. Whereas the other analogy we use is like there's two paths, and we took the road less traveled, and then we could see through the trees every once in a while those people that took the road more traveled, and
Yeah.
they're at the point right now where they're kind of finished the travel, or they're almost at the beach, and they've got little drinks with umbrellas in them, and they're kind of kicking back, and we're going, we got miles to go.
We have miles.
Miles
Yeah.
to go.
I mean, Rich is, 3 to 5 years away from retirement.
Right.
Whenever he decides. And
Right.
every day he's like, I could, I, I want to do it now. Like he's done. He's worked so hard in his industry, which he's very good at and he's enjoyed, but it wasn't something that fed his soul or was
Right.
passionate. So
Right.
he's kind of done.
Right.
I've always been very, very fortunate to always have passion in what I do in my day.
Mhm.
For the most part,
Yeah.
here, even when I had the 9 to 5, I was always in community theater.
Yeah.
And I
But
could
it's
have that fun.
exhausting to be in gig economy as a creative in your
Ugh.
50s, right? Like,
I don't
and the thing
know.
is, you're only
I
as
don't
good
know
as
how
your
they do it.
last job, too. So, you may have done stellar work in the last workshop you
100%,
did,
but
but
it's done.
you have no guarantee of the
Nope.
next job. Whereas when you've got a career and something where you're getting a 9 to 5 and a regular paycheck, they have to have a reason to fire you, right?
Yeah.
Whereas we just, as creatives, ultimately you work for a little bit and then you're done, and then maybe you get hired again, and maybe you don't. And Canada is a tough place for creatives in their 50s.
Ah,
So
yeah.
so here we are.
Yeah.
We're still like,
And we're trying to make this a go, like trying to make
yeah.
whatever this is, right?
This
Like the
this is
podcast,
go ahead.
we're being very careful about not talking over each other.
Trying to
I'm
be.
noticing I'm like, I don't talk. And then I lose my train of thought because yes, we know we talk over each other. And you know what? We probably still will. So screw y'all.
No,
But
honestly,
we do have to be aware of it. Yes.
we want to be more conscious of our audience. And what you were saying, you've lost it.
But
Do you have it?
maybe I was saying that in in a gig economy, or we're trying to make it go. No, I lost it.
Okay.
I can't keep the train of thought if I have to hold it. I'm like, don't talk.
I can see she's going. She's talking.
Jay's talking. Don't be rude. Don't be.
Okay. I'm watching my creative friends, and it's a struggle. And I have, like I said, I'm seeing those people through the forest who've taken that road more traveled, and I guess the envious little part of it is like, they're at the point where they get the reward for being consistent. And the roles were reversed before, where I was doing something that I absolutely loved, and you were doing something I loved, and they were
And
like,
they
"Oh,
were,
this
like,
is
slogging
tragic."
through the-
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like I accept it because this is the path I chose. I mean, I was in business for 10 years, and that's given me a little bit of freedom. But I also knew ultimately that it wasn't the place. Go ahead.
I remember. No, you can finish your sentence.
No, I'm done.
I was going to say, when you were in the business and you had a steady paycheck, like I have this part-time property managing gig, which is so great because it's so flexible that I can do all my creative stuff and it gives me some stable income. That stable income made me go, oh, I see why my friends chose stable incomes, because it's kind of nice to not
know the
go
money's coming.
every 2 weeks something's coming in that'll cover this.
Mhm.
And I am so grateful for it. However, my body is telling me, and
can't
we
do it
need to
anymore.
listen to my body.
Yeah.
It's hard on it, and not because I'm out of shape, but I think because more of the conditions that are showing up as I'm older. Degenerative disc, the torn shoulder, the fibro, which was always there. But now in my 50s, it's not something I can just push through as easily as I could before.
Exactly. So this pivot is required because the body's going, no. But the pivot is now like,
And what do we want to do with our life
we want
now?
to write. So that's part of it.
Yes, but
Like,
that's
the podcast is like, we love this,
Yeah.
but this is also the place that for which we want people to know about the things that we're creating. In other words, we want to do a 2-person show,
kind of a one-woman show times 2,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Does that make sense?
Exactly. So there's that. You want to do energy work and lead classes that way.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there's other things that we want to do, but we have to build them.
Well, yeah, and you don't have the energy. Like you have to focus one thing at a time. So here's the thing.
You can't spread your energy in 20
And
places.
I think that's what I've done for years is because I have so many things in my life that I am passionate about. It was hard for me to pick one because I always thought, oh, I'm letting the others go, or I'm not being true to myself because if I follow this, like what happens to all my other friends over here, right? If I take one friend, let's see where we can go on this journey. So I always want all my friends around me all the time.
When you say friends, you're
I'm
talking
talking, I
about
was like, I'm
all
being
your
figuratively, like all the passions that I
all the
have,
things
all
that
the
you're
little
interested in.
things that
Yes.
I could, and I could
Yes.
make good money out of, but I never focused on one
One.
first. I kept
Exactly.
trying to do it all. And
All.
I'm learning that all is not
Yeah.
great.
No. And this
You
is
can
actually,
have it all eventually, but you have to do one at a time.
yeah. And the thing is, I would actually even hazard to say you can't have it all. And if I would say that you focus on, you have this right now.
One has to be your money
And this,
maker,
well,
and then,
yeah, sure. But I mean, in terms of being a creative,
yeah.
you don't necessarily know what's going to be the thing, right?
Well, that's why I always kept trying
But
everything.
but that's where that's the mistake that we've made,
Yeah.
both of us. I've
Mhm.
tried to produce shows, I've tried to write stuff, I've tried to,
Yeah.
there's this thing,
Yeah.
the reason why we're still here is because we've got each other to hold each other accountable. Because Lord knows if I was on my own,
Yeah,
I would have
I
let,
would have had one episode up.
yeah,
Just like my
exactly.
meditation
Yeah,
YouTube channel. I got 2 meditations up. They're not even great, but
they are good.
well, okay. When I step back and listen to them, I'm like, ooh, I want to edit. I
Well,
want
of
the music.
course, our
But
early podcasts are terrible, but we're learning how to get them
they
better
are.
as we go.
I know. So that's the thing, right? You just have to,
But
I
you
want to
do need to
focus on
narrow your
this.
focus,
Yes.
right? There it is. Because we're older, it feels scarier
Were you
to
going to say late bloomers?
maybe.
I love that. We are late bloomers. You know what? I was a
are.
late bloomer with growing boobies and getting a period. So
Oh
why
yeah.
not we be late bloomers in
With
finding
this,
out what I want to be when I grow up?
I was reading the pivot year today, and that was like one of the big things. It's like it's never too late in your life to um, discover something new that is your like what the actual quote was. It was like maybe you fall madly in love for the first time in your 60s, like for people
Oh, I
who've
read
never
that.
been in
Yeah.
a love relationship. Like maybe you discover that you love painting when you're 70. Like
Yeah.
it
It
doesn't
doesn't
matter
matter age.
when.
Yeah.
It's just that you keep, and at the same time you have to be willing to let other things go. You have to be able
I'm
to
not good
go,
at letting go.
that's part of it, right? And that's why you
Right.
get overworked, right? And I
Yes.
have the same problem. I'm trying to do multiple things at once, and I'm like,
And
okay.
do
And
you
this is the
have
same
the,
advice I'm giving Blythe.
yeah,
She's like,
but do you have the letting go and funneling, but do you have that, oh, if I let something go, then I'm letting someone down?
no,
Oh, I do.
no, because the only thing, because the creative projects are my own. Why would you be letting people down if they're your creative
Mm.
projects?
But I mean, I give, so say this, this blows up. We're traveling around the world doing talks and this and our show and workshops, retreats. We're doing so much,
Selling our books.
which is what I want. Then I have to say to some people, I can't teach that class that I've been teaching for 10 years.
Right.
That's where I go.
And you get guilty about that?
Oh yeah, because I love them. I fall in love with my students.
Sure, but
yeah.
okay.
See, that's my problem.
This might not come across very nice.
Well, whatever. Say it.
Here we go. They'll live without you.
Shut up.
There'll be someone great who can do it too, right?
I
And
guess.
maybe, like this is it. They don't need you.
I'm
I'm sorry. That doesn't mean that you're not awesome at it and that you love it.
I know, and I
but
do
that
know.
just, you
I
have to
know that.
unhook
Yeah.
that piece of it, right? And I remember someone saying
Guilt
that to
runs
me.
deep in my family.
Right? Exactly. And it's like, I get it. I was raised German Roman Catholic. I get it.
Yeah.
But I remember someone giving me that harsh lesson not long ago. And they basically said, like, how important do you think you are? Really? Like, do you think?
Oh my God, that's fantastic. That's a reality check.
Right? Exactly.
And
It's
I
like,
don't think I'm important, right?
well, I'm replaceable is my point. Is
Yes.
I'm replaceable in every way except as the mother of my children. Like that's one thing. Like
Yeah, right. You're replaceable as a partner. You're replaceable at work.
I'm replaceable in every
single way.
except
blood relatives, and like you're always going to be a daughter, sister,
yeah, all those
and mother.
things.
Those things are never going to go.
Exactly. Everything else,
Everything else
a
is
choice. And
I never. That is absolutely fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Yeah, and it allows me to go right.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a big deal if I stop doing that thing or I stop
Right.
volunteering there. They will find another volunteer or they'll find another teacher. I mean, I was a really good teacher. And I remember students when I
Yeah.
left were like, this was a long time ago.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They were like, well, don't go. And I'm like, you know what? Someone's going to come in here and they're going to love their job more than I do right now. I was at Conestoga College for a while there and I had some really great experience with students.
Of
And
course.
honestly, I don't know if I've told you this. Um, I was at a rave in Kitchener a couple weeks ago and I
Mm.
had one of my former students on the dance floor.
Oh, you did. Yeah.
I did, and it was so great. I was like, I left at the right time. I felt like I left when I still felt good about everything. And as a result, when I see these adult students now,
So they remember you at your peak.
exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
I probably was past my peak, to be honest, but I mean, I gave it all I got.
Yeah, but you
until
didn't
my
retire there and you weren't bitter and hating it and the worst
no,
teacher in the world.
no,
And
no.
that's what you have to do. Yeah, I have, yeah, I don't last that long, but I do have, I will be honest, I'm every class session where I'm teaching 2 or 3 classes and then I have to write a showcase piece for. And I do not and will not recycle old pieces.
I know
I think that's
you are
cheating.
very, very ethical.
They're not, well, they're not like hour-long pieces. That I
You
might
have to,
recycle after.
do you
Well,
get that no one can do that is like that what you're doing writing those shows? It's like she's just like, "Oh, I could just," and I'm like, "You get most people can't do that."
I guess, I don't know, but
It's true.
but I am at the stage where every session, I'm like, "Oh my God, what am I gonna do now? Like, do I have another new idea?"
Tell me how many plays do you think you've written?
If you include those little
Yep,
short,
all of them.
oh,
All the plays you've written, how many do you think there are?
at least 2, oh wait, 2, 4, at least 4 a year for 15 years, and that some of them have been 4 or 5 a year, some of them have had 6.
Okay, so like well over
But they're
100.
little.
Still well over
Yeah.
100 plays. And when you say little, you mean like
Like 5 to 10 minutes.
5 to 10 minutes for kids.
Yeah.
Right.
For a group of, yeah,
So
sometimes,
so
16, 18
and some of
kids.
them are up to an hour.
Yeah, I have full length, well, I'll
You
call them full length show for kids. Yeah, an hour.
full
An
length
hour length, yeah.
showcases and short pieces.
Yeah.
You've written over 100, probably
Yeah,
closer to
a full
150 when you look at it all.
Yeah, the longer ones, probably around 10 to 15.
Right.
Yeah.
I That's a huge accomplishment. It's a
I
huge
guess.
accomplishment.
I
Here's
was
the
like,
thing.
are they good though?
In our,
But yeah.
in our 50s,
Yeah.
we have the benefit we have is that the time.
Yeah.
It's actually a time to harvest a bit of everything we've done before.
Yeah, that's
and
what
I feel
I'm
like that's what we're doing about the podcast. I'm kind of go learn from my years of
right.
experiences that were I learned hard lessons.
Yeah.
And pivoting, and this is one of them, but all of those things that you have this wealth of experience and creativity that you've already poured out
Yeah, and
that I would
that's,
love for you to contain and benefit from.
I know, and I need to focus
Mhm.
on cultivating that and putting them up so other people can use them and they don't have to use their brains and go nuts.
Yeah, and like I said, a lot of people just can't do that.
Yeah,
I mean,
or they can do
there's
it. Yeah,
here's the
and
thing.
that's the thing. Sorry,
No, go ahead.
I was going to say that when you're talking about the tools, and I'm in my head going, yeah, that's something I tell my kids is, um, I have spent my whole life cultivating tools to be able to do what I can now. And I
Exactly.
never knew I was going to. Like, I never knew I was going to use all the stuff that I use. But when I look back, I think, wow, that experience or that job, however short or long or wherever it was, I'm using bits of that now in my life on the daily.
Exactly. And that's actually huge. You
And
don't
instead
realize.
instead of it as a failure, I didn't last that long or I didn't like that
No,
job,
all of
I
that
still have
feeds what
used that.
And all of
Um,
that's feeding this show
Yeah.
as well.
Yes.
Right? All of it. And I think that's the
Yes.
trick is to constantly go, okay, instead of looking at the pivot as like, oh, I have to pivot again. It's like, no, I'm taking all of these new experiences, new
Mhm.
tools
Mhm.
into something else where they're even more beneficial.
Yeah.
Right? More rewarding, more suitable. And that's sort of the part of the pivot that we have to embrace. And it's challenging because you do have to let go of things, right?
Yeah.
You have to let go of versions of ourselves and jobs we've had
Yeah.
and also embrace a whole lot of unknown again.
Yeah.
Because we don't know what this is going to look like.
We have no idea.
We have
We
no
have
idea.
no, we have no idea where this is going.
I-
And we also have no idea how to use, or we had no idea how to use microphones, edit, film, uh, I mean, sure, I could post a selfie, but I didn't posting on social like
Right.
reels
Oh,
and shit like
yeah. Oh
that,
my
like which
gosh.
you have done so much work
Oh,
for.
thanks.
And
But I'm
I
and I love doing it. I love and I'm realizing all of my years I was an executive secretary for years doing PowerPoint. All
that
that
would kill
stuff,
me.
but all that stuff
Yeah.
helps with editing. Like
Yeah. And I
I look at Canva and I go, "Oh, it's basically a different kind of PowerPoint. I can do all this." And I look at all those skills I learned and I go, "Oh, I was an English teacher at college. I use some of that. I'm like and I just want to point out, like, all of the stuff that you wrote, like, none of it's ChatGPT. Like, you are original thinker for all of
oh,
those
my
shows,
shows? Yeah,
all of
no,
your
I
stuff,
won't use it.
right? And that's the thing, right? It's there's an
Mm-mm.
authenticity deficit going on out there
Mhm.
right now in terms of creativity.
Mhm.
And I think things that are being made by humans are going to become more and more valuable.
I hope so.
Like,
As a creative, I hope so because I know there's that big discussion and also that big fear of what is AI doing for the creative industry. Because sure, of course, it's so much easier. I mean, we will use it when we put up our Spotify descriptions
yeah, and
to
captions, I'll
to
ask
help
for help.
help
I'll
that
always edit it, but I'll get some caption
100%.
help for but
Be-
this is raw and real. That's why I don't mind using a little bit to help me just with a caption or two. But
exactly, but and I don't use it to be because that's more of like information.
mm,
You know what I mean? Like, here's the transcript. Can you give me a description? Because for us to
yeah,
like
I'll be
listen back
transparent
to
about that too, right?
the
I have
whole
no shame about that.
episode,
Yeah.
and that is would be we don't have time to do that
No, no, no.
because we don't
AI
remember what
tools
we
are
said.
great as long as they're tools and they're not doing
The job for
you're
you.
not trying yeah, because there's stuff out there like the AI music scares me, you know. Plays
Yeah.
that are written by AI, like I'm like there is there and the thing is I'm not afraid of AI. I don't understand where it's taking us. And I can't see the future on how it's going to work with creatives in a
Hmm.
positive way yet. There seems to be a lot of hiving and scraping of original human creative talent, especially like in the arts field, in the fine arts field.
Yeah.
There's just so much abuse with AI.
Yes.
I'm and then in music, there's like YouTube is full, so
I
Spotify
never
full of
know.
AI music. That
Rich and I, when we're scrolling on our phones, we'll look at each other. We're like, I don't know if I can trust that that's real.
oh, I know we're at that
And
point.
and and some of them it's starting to look so real.
I know.
And you're like, is that a real person talking? Or is that someone sounds like someone's voice, but maybe they don't like the way they look, so they've got a persona on the screen
Yeah.
or is the whole thing AI and I'm not talking like videos of like the bear attacking a lion because that would never happen. But you see those videos, these nature videos
Yeah.
where you're like, oh shit, that would because Rich, who's like Mr. Marine Biologist, I was watching a whale thing. And he's like, that's not how whales feed their young. It was a baby whale coming up. And he said, that's not the way they do it. And then when I looked in the comments, there's a bunch of people saying that's totally AI.
Yeah.
But it looked
So
like
real.
I did question going, really? That's how they do it? But the video quality,
This is it.
that's what made me go, are you sure? Because the video quality was so good. I went, I didn't think that's the way
So
they
the
do
thing I'm
that.
looking at a lot right now, whenever I'm looking at a video, is I look at the point of view of the camera and I go, who's filming that? Who's holding the
Mm,
camera? Why is the camera there? Why is it at that angle? Is it like, there's so many things where I'm like, how is that being recorded?
right.
And such like, and underwater in particular, right? Like, or you see people like on the
Yeah, I
boats
didn't
where
even think.
the seal ends up in the boat and then the guy's like, ah, and I'm like, wouldn't your buddy drop his phone and come help you as opposed to just hit record and stand back? Like, that's the kind of stuff I'm
But
like,
some of those are real, and I still wonder that. Like some of them are real, and I have and I know because they were done like years and years before AI. Some of
sure.
them, and I still at that point go, why are they recording?
Yeah.
It's like when they have the babies, and the parents like
Oh, yeah.
watching their kids fail on the slide or getting their head eaten off by a giraffe, and I'm always going, why have you not dropped the phone?
I
Like
know.
taken and. But then I think, is it the shock of, oh my God, what is happening? But
No, I think it's AI. I think
no,
anything that's
but this is
where
10 years ago. It wasn't AI.
well, there's going to be one video of a
Yeah.
legitimate situation where they have an
Mhm.
external camera in their house and they put it up and their kid was fine. And then AI is going to go, oh, look, they got 25,000 hits on that. I'm going to create a version of that. That's what's happening.
That, yes, now. But I mean, I remember back in the day,
You're
like
right.
back in the
Even
day
back in the
before
days.
AI,
Yeah.
and you would see these videos and they were real. There weren't as many of them because this didn't happen to everybody and their friend, right? But I still would go, why are you still holding the camera?
Yeah.
Like, why is this happening?
Yeah. Yeah.
But, whatever. Some people make choices.
It's a choice.
It's a
To
choice.
watch your friend get eaten by a giraffe.
It's a choice to not help save the seal. It's a choice not to.
It's a choice.
It's a choice.
It's the
all
wrong
choices.
choice.
You know what? Life is full of choices.
It's the wrong choice.
Wrong for us.
Wrong for us. I would drop the phone, Chandra, and save you if your head was being eaten by a giraffe.
Thank you, Jane. I would save you too. 100% I would save you. Just like we're saving each other in our midlife or late life or whatever the heck we're doing. I'm so excited about it. Like, I'm so excited for
I am. We're
it.
just going to keep trucking,
Yep.
Chandra. We're going to keep trucking.
It's such I mean, I always used to joke with my friends on the, what do you want to be when you grow up? I'm like, I'm still trying to figure it out.
Did you have something when you were a kid though, where you said, "This is what I want to be when I grow up"?
Yes.
What was it?
Well, there was a few, but my main one. That's why I went into theater school.
One, yeah.
When I grow up, I am going to be a working Shakespearean actress. I wasn't going to be famous. I just wanted to be in Stratford. And
oh my God, that was my. Okay, I'll let you finish.
That's what I wanted to be. And or I wanted to be discovered too. That didn't happen. But yeah, and I did have, but then it morphed. Then, you go to theater school and you get a little disenchanted about the business.
Yeah.
And then, maybe you get married and have kids and the partner's not supportive. And then, but you're never, I was never happy. I was never satisfied when I'm more satisfied in theater. I've learned that theater is where or being creative in some way is where I am happy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to figure out how to do that and still make money because I had the 2 kids to look after when I was on my own. And so all that. So it's what do I want to be when I grow up? Because I can't just decide to say, hey, I'm going to be an actress now. Where's my Indeed posting to give me $80,000 a year?
Right.
You're making this.
Right.
Apply here.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's a very 5% of actors make 95% of the money. So the rest of us
and
have
it's
to figure it out.
There's
and
so many
you end up doing other
people.
things. We both end up teaching.
Yeah.
It's funny though, you say that because my absolute dream desire was to also be a Shakespearean actress working at Stratford.
Yeah.
I crashed the Stratford auditions.
Good for you. I didn't have the guts.
I crashed them 3 times. I crashed them without an invitation, without an audition. I just waited at the door.
You're so ballsy.
I know, but so the one time I went in, I did my monologue. It was at the end of the day. I waited for hours. And they were like, "Okay, Jane." And I got in and I did my monologue, and I did my contemporary. Anyways, at the gentleman, and it was Anthony Tonolino, who wasn't he wasn't the head guy yet, but he was on deck, and he was talking with the artistic director, Richard Manette. And they kind of did a little powwow. And they went, "Okay, Jen, can you do that monologue again? But this time do it like you're a lawyer and you're trying to win the case."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Great, no problem." So I did it. And then they're like, "Huh." I know. "Okay, Jane, could you try that again? And just this time," I forget what it was.
Yeah.
And I did it again. And then they were like, "Huh." And they went, "Okay, Jane, here's the problem. You're a woman." And they said, "If you were a guy, we'd be able to get you in the company because there's, it's classical theater.
Yeah.
It's classical theater. I have like one role for a young woman and she's young, she's new here and there, and she has to be able to sing in this." And I'm like, I can be a third spear carrier on the left. Like, just put me in a costume. I said, I can do it. And they're just like, "You're good. It's classical theater." And I was just like, I was heartbroken.
I know.
I
and
was
that drives me.
heartbroken.
And how many times in the acting, like the young actors, like I would hear, I didn't get into a theater school. I think it was Ryerson. Not because my audition wasn't good enough. I was told they have already accepted too many ingenue types.
Yeah.
And I went, what the
Yeah.
hell?
No, it's true. They
Just-
cast a company when they
They
cast the
cast
schools.
I learned
Yeah.
that they, when I was in Sheridan, I learned that they precast for the upcoming seasons in the year. But also, I would not get cast as roles after school because I looked too pretty or I looked this way, and I'm like, but I can act like I'm
I'm
looking
an
good now, but I don't need to wear
actress.
makeup all the time.
I can do other things. No, it was the lack
Isn't
of
that
imagination,
yes?
unfortunately, of
Oh,
being
it
willing to
drove
give me.
me nuts.
Yeah, so
And I do understand now being on, and I was early 20s, now being on the other side of the table,
Mhm.
casting when I'm directing, if I'm directing something where I'm choosing the cast, I, I do get it has to, the ensemble has to fit, not body shape, not, but like ages have to, like you can't cast this woman who's, you know, a great 40, 50-year-old actress with a 20-year-old
No.
husband. I mean,
I
I'd
mean,
want to,
you
but if it depends on the
you have
story.
to remember you're casting for an audience.
Exactly.
You know,
I
like
would cast
how
it.
I would cast personally because I love this actress and I love this
Yeah,
guy. And,
yeah,
but
yeah.
if they don't work together
Yep.
or they don't serve the script
Yep.
or serve the story,
Exactly.
you're always beholden to the script and the story because that's what the audience is absorbing. And at the end of the day,
Audience.
they matter.
Yeah.
More than what I want necessarily. So
I
I'm
think
always
that's
in
why-
service of the audience. What is it?
100%. And that's why I think I like this, because we're not really in service of an audience.
I mean, we love you,
oh, 100%. And
But-
we want you to love us.
but you're going to have
However,
to love us as we are.
that's what this platform, I think, has allowed so many creatives
Yeah.
and some blowhards to just, sorry, to be honest, some blowhards to just spew what they want to spew, but we get to just be ourselves and be accepted or not. I'm not forcing
And
myself
maybe
down
we
anyone's
blow hard
throat.
once in a while too.
I have no idea what you're talking about. but that is a way to really, express ourselves and be ourselves. Because let's face it, we've both been in the, now we're aging out of any
Yeah.
good roles and we're not old enough for any.
Yeah.
So
Sorry,
what are
we're right
what are
in
we
the
gonna
no
do?
man's land for casting. You're right though. The audience will hopefully you'll find us, right? As opposed to us serving a very our audience will find us if we
And-
keep doing
and-
this. So
And
and
in
if you
that,
like us, you stay. If you
Yeah.
don't, you leave, and that's okay.
and why, by all means, we want, obviously we want the comments, clicks, shares, all that jazz to help us grow, but constructive, I'm not gonna say criticism, but what do
Feedback.
you want to hear? Like, I mean, we talk about what we want to talk about. We have had a few episodes where someone has asked and we've went, okay, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
But in the way that we're not serving an audience, we're still going to be ourselves. But if you have something you would like to talk about,
Yeah.
or
I
it's
mean,
like
Lord knows
picking
we
a
can
show for a season, right?
we
Like
can talk on any topic at length. So
yes,
if you've got something, but you know what I didn't finish before? I think what's really important is that I'm going to circle back a bit because this is stuck in my head.
Circle back, baby.
So I wanted to be a Shakespearean actress,
Mm-hmm.
and I did all these courageous, crazy things to try and make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
But what I told when I was in grade 8, and they asked me what I wanted to be, even though I knew back then, I said I want to be a travel agent.
Well, you know what?
And
For
I'm
you,
terrified of travel. Like
you
I
travel
don't,
everywhere.
not by myself.
Yes, you do.
No, it's with a group of
Oh, with a
people.
group.
No, like by myself. Like no, like traveling by myself. I'm like even just taking from one city to the next. I have to take a train. I'm like, no, I get serious anxiety about getting lost and traveling entirely by myself. And I had this, but I thought it was brave. I thought I'm going to do a career where I'm being brave, and it was
I don't
like
think
because I
I've
had no
ever- I
idea
think-
what I wanted to do. I had no idea when did I tell you the story when I was 15? I put myself in a beauty contest. I didn't tell anybody. I was 15.
No, but
I
did
didn't
you
tell-
win?
No.
Why
but
not?
Because
But you
beauty
should
contest.
have.
Oh, thank you. But I didn't even tell my parents. And then
Oh,
the
really?
day of the thing, I was like, oh, I really should let someone know. I need,
I need a
I'm
ride.
like super anxious now. So I told my mom, and I said, Mom, could you come help me with this thing? You don't have to do anything. You just have to come with me. And she said, ugh, there's this show on tonight I really want to see.
Oh,
And it was like the day after that one about the nuclear holocaust that was like before you could record on DVD and all that stuff.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
she's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
there's a show I wanted to see. And I'm like,
yeah.
that's okay. You don't have to come. And she's like, no, I'll come. And so we're backstage getting ready for this thing. And honestly, there's a point to this. we're getting backstage, getting ready for this contest. And there's all these mothers with their daughters doing all of the feminine things, the hair, the makeup.
Yep.
I'm wearing no makeup because I don't know how to do it. My hair is just like this because I don't know how to do hair. And I'm like in a dress my mom made. And we're sitting there literally just kind of like twiddling our thumbs going, oh, shit, we're not in Kansas anymore. Like we're so out of place, right?
That's so funny.
And then it's Miss Teen KW. They're all paraded on stage. And you just have to come say your name. That's it. And then walk off stage. And then based on that, they select 10. I got in the top 10.
Wow. Good for you.
Yeah. So then we're in the top 10. The top 10 had to answer a question. Question was, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Oh, is that with the travel agent?
No. So I was 15. That was when I was 13.
Oh,
right?
okay. Yeah,
so
yeah,
15, I was already like, nah, I don't want to be a travel agent.
Right.
So everyone's paraded up. I'm like third from the end, third last, seventh. And all these girls are giving these answers. I want to work for a nonprofit that helps children in Africa. I want to become a doctor so that I can help disadvantaged, blah, blah. Like and they knew the answers, right?
Yeah.
And I'm standing in line going, I have no idea. Like, what do I say? Like, I didn't want to go up there and say, I want to be an actress because I just wasn't going to do that.
I always did.
I wanted to, but I wasn't going to say that to that crowd, especially with all the doctors and all the nurses and social workers. So I got up there. The guy asked me, so Jane, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I went, I'm only 15. I have no idea.
Good for you. Did you get in the top 5?
No. But what happened was, it's so funny. He was so ready for the canned response. He's like, well, that's great, Jane. Congratulations. Oh, okay.
That's awesome.
I totally threw him off. And I'm just standing there. And it's so funny. And the audience was laughing. And I'm like, I honestly don't know. And so I go off stage. I don't win. I actually came in third.
Good for you.
I came in third. I totally forgot that. And the funniest part, though, was on my way out, my mom was like, she was like, well, that was surprising. That was surprising. Good.
That's high praise.
Yeah. That was surprising.
That is
and then
very high praise.
This man who we were heading towards the car behind us with his daughter who was in the contest, he was like, tapped me on the shoulder, says, hey, I just want to let you know, I think you should have won based on your answer.
Good job. But I think, beauty contest, right? But
I was like, what was I thinking? I just wanted to get seen. I felt so invisible.
Yeah.
I just wanted someone to see me.
Yeah. We had a big, huge family and I get that.
And my older sister was the pretty one.
Yeah.
And the other one was the smart one. I was just like, someone please see me. So that was my answer, which in hindsight, I'm like, what were you thinking?
I never, and I remember at high school, we had commencement, not graduation, and it was always like you graduated in June, but we would come back in the fall and you'd have your diplomas and stuff and stuff. And I was doing because I didn't get into Ryerson because there were too many ingenues. And I didn't want to go to York or Guelph for theater because you didn't go into theater. You had to then, Guelph, you didn't even have an audition. I'm like, you don't even know what I look like. I don't know what your theater program's like. It might be great, but I was like, you're making me not comfortable. And York, I'm like, I'm not re-auditioning for an acting program after a year. Yuck.
Oh, yeah.
And because I'm a doer, I'm like, I want to do it. So I went, no, I'll reapply like they suggested. And I didn't know about Sheridan College then. So I was taking a year and living in the city and doing Susan Switzer classes and all that jazz downtown.
Remember,
yeah. So, everyone's like, I'm going to be a doctor and I'm going to be a vet and I'm going to be this and I'm going to be that. And Chandra Pepper is enjoying life as a thespian. I thought I was so cool about saying thespian.
Oh my God.
Because, Shakespeare actors would say thespian. So, yeah. I never really, it's funny as an adult, like, what do you want to be when you grow up? What are you doing with your life? I just feel like I never know what to say. I don't know what to say. Oh, Chandra, so what are you doing these days? Like, what do you do for a living? I'm like, everything. I don't really know. I just make some money and pay my bills and do it all.
We're creatives.
Yeah. I now say theater professional.
Great.
Because that just, I figure, covers it all. I thought theater horror was a little, I was saying that for a while. So what do you do? I'm basically a whore for the theater. If you pay me, I will do it. Except for sex. I won't do that. It kind of got some odd looks. I went, I gotta think of a new word. So
theater slut.
Yeah. No. Listen, Jane, sluts don't get paid. Whores get paid.
Awesome.
That's the that's the that's
Okay, that's
like,
the difference.
yeah.
Okay.
You don't want to be a slut.
You don't want to be a
You want to be a whore.
That's a clip.
That's the moneymaker. In theater, people.
In theater.
So,
Oh my
yeah.
God. Well, here's the thing. We're going to be, I say now when anyone asks, I said, well, I'm in between things. I've stopped saying that because that was kind of my excuse for not having anything.
Yeah.
Now I say I'm a creative and I'm a gig economy worker and I'm creating my own business.
Gig economy is a phrase that wasn't around 20 years ago.
No. Oh, so that was what you'd say 20 years ago?
Oh, no. I would say it now too.
Okay.
But gig economy has just kind of come into my
It just means that it's what you've always done.
Yes,
It's
but I didn't know that
pieced a whole bunch of income streams into one.
That
right?
would make me sound a little bit more professional than
Exactly.
theater whore.
You
But
could
you
try
know
it.
what?
You could try.
What we're
You're running your own business. This is a business. We'll figure it out. It's not making any money yet.
I
but
file as self-employed.
there
So,
exactly. So
Yeah.
we're self-employed creatives working in the gig economy.
And we're pivoting and into something amazing.
Yeah. which
So
we don't-
cheers, my friend.
Cheers, baby.